Hello there. Welcome to another video in the Basics of Chess series. Today we'll be discussing an important part called the opening principles. The opening principles help you structure your opening and give you the best opening so you can transition into the later parts of the game as efficient as possible. There are four major opening principles, and those four are the ones I'm going to discuss today. The first opening principle is control your center. The green squares on the board represent the main center of the game. These are the squares you really want to control, and if you control them, you hold a big advantage over your opponent. The yellow squares represent the extended center. These squares are squares that you usually keep your pieces on, and they help you control the center. For example, in this position, the starting position, what you think would be a good move to control the center right away, which will help you get a good opening. I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. There are a couple of options. So there are a lot of moves that help you control the center, and I'll go through them one by one. So the first main move in this position is e4. This helps you control f5 and e5, and it allows you to bring out your bishop and other pieces. The second move that helps you control the center is d4. This helps you control e5 and c5, and again prepares the bishop. Another move, this move is more advanced than the other ones, is knight f3. The knight attacks e4, e5, and d4, and it prepares to push this pawn and this pawn, which will allow you to get all four squares. Another move, this is the least commonly played of all of them, is c4. This allows you to control the square, and it allows you to maintain your center pawns longer, and then you can push them later to control the center. Now, controlling the center is an important part of the game, which allows you to get more space, and space gives you more area to attack the king and win the game quicker. The second opening principle is developing your pieces. The four green circles represent the pieces you usually want to develop as soon as possible. So on this, of course, you have to control the center first, or to get these pieces out. For example, e4, and then black would want to control the center as well, so he'd respond with e5. Then a good way to develop your pieces is put them on their natural squares, where they all attack the center and defend other pieces, such as knight f3, which attacks e5. Black would want to defend his pawn. Knight c6, which defends e5 and attacks d5, just like this knight. Then one of the two natural squares for the bishop. It's not healthy to put your bishop on d3, even though it defends the center. It's not a good square because it blocks in your c pawn and restricts your development. So a couple of options in this position are bishop c4, which defends the square and gets your bishop onto a healthy position. Another move is bishop b5, threatening to take this pawn and threatening to take the knight, and continue developing your pieces. Let's say white plays bishop c4. Then after that, black would want to respond in a good way, and then he would play bishop c5 in most cases. That's the most common move played. and it just mirrors white, and it controls the center while preparing more more while preparing to get more pieces out. Where white in this case has a couple options. Let's say he went knight c3, which controls c5 and defends the e pawn just to prepare for black's next move, knight f6. Now all the pieces except these bishops are developed, and white and black can easily get them out, and by getting them to squares where they're naturally attacking. Unfortunately for the bishops, they will not be able to go to squares like these because of the pawns. Another valid option is to move to e3, but this ruins your pawn structure, because after this you have a weakness over here, and it could allow black to attack your king. For example, something like this, which attacks this square and attacks this square, preparing something like for example, if white played something like d4, trying to control the center, black would capture, white would capture, black would capture again, and if white captured with this knight, black would have this awesome check attacking white. So once we get to this position again, this is where we transition into our third opening principle, which is castling. Castling is extremely important to do in the opening because it allows you to get your pieces out where you get your king to safety very efficiently. If you could castle king side, or move your queen up and castle queen side, which is also a nice option. But one thing you have to be careful about when you're castling is that in this position, once white has castled, black could easily attack the knight and blow up your pawn structure, which would not be good for your king because it'd be extremely easy to attack. If you've taken care of all of these things, then castling would be an efficient option that gets your king to safety. The last opening principle, major one, is aiming your rooks. Aiming your rooks allows you to get a good attack on the king and control a lot of space. Yeah, for example, you could put the rooks on their natural squares, like putting this rook on playing rook d1. Black would return with rook e8, then rook e1, and then the rooks are staring at each other with a few pawns, and both sides are preparing to play something like e4, which will allow them to blow up the center and have a very interesting game. So that concludes our video today. I hope you had learned a lot about the opening principles from that. There are also other opening principles, such as don't move the same piece twice, which can slow down your development, or don't put your bishops in front of your pawns or knight, because they could also slow down your development, or don't leave your king out in the open. These are things that the principles, however, if needed, can be broken, and but in most cases they should be followed, and they will allow you to strengthen your game and become a stronger player. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas about for the next video, please leave them in the comment section below.